Hello, my friends, and welcome back to Kevin's Hobby Showcase. I'm, of course, Kevin. You may have also seen me on Tabletop Jones Productions, where John and I are the two idiots playing board games. And, well, today, technically, it's the first weekend of the month. This is Saturday. On Monday is June 1st, but I'm gonna count this as the first weekend of the month. And we have story time. Yep, I got the next installment for the New Age of Heroes ready to go. And this is now the beginning of part 2, which is the character Citizen. All right, so basically, all right, let me give you a little insight. So when I thought up of Citizen, I thought up basically of a character that, vigilante, kind of like Batman using gadgets and stuff, but more of a low tech Batman, and very careful not to make any. Not to make him sound like or reference, Batman. Don't want to get sued. But anyway, it's he's going to be a character that goes out and tries to help people. And well, you know what? Rather than have me spoil it, let me just read it. Okay. So here we go. Introduction to Citizen. Society collapsed in the 21st century after decades of pressure from politicians, the media, and those with influence. The people of the world finally reached their breaking point. Families turned against each other. Religions were attacked. It became every person for themselves. The chaos lasted for decades. Then finally, a small group of people started to bring back the old ways. The family unit became sacred again. Religions once again became beacons of morality. People started treating each other with respect. The majority of the world's population returned to the old ways, but not all. Adam Tripp is your typical everyday blue-collar worker. He gets through each day with the promise that the next day will be better. For him, that's generally true, but he has noticed that most people still haven't felt the benefits from the new government. Adam, at 40 years old, is old enough to remember the chaotic times. He remembers how it felt to be persecuted for not being what others wanted him to be. When times started to improve, he worked hard and earned his way to a comfortable life, but it hasn't been that way for others. Too many people have been left behind. Adam realizes that it's an enormous task to uplift everybody, but he can't stand to see people suffering the way he did. They are being brutalized by street thugs as if the chaos hasn't ended. Truthfully, for many it hasn't. Adam knew it would take too long for politicians to get the job done. He doesn't fully blame them, but he also doesn't trust them either. So, Adam is doing the only thing he can do. He's going to help them himself. Adam doesn't wear any flashy costume and no cape like the heroes of his beloved comics. No, Adam just wears dark clothing so he can hide in the shadows and a black ski mask to cover his face. Dressed like this, he helps those that have been preyed upon. So by day, Adam Tripp works his job in construction, works out to increase his strength, and trains in the arts of self-defense. By night, Adam conceals his identity and tries to help those who can't help themselves, all the while worrying that one mistake could reveal what he is doing and end his life. Chapter 9 of the New Age of Heroes. Origin. Adam Tripp always wanted a family, a wife, kids, the perfect nuclear family. Unfortunately for Adam, fate had another plan for him to take. Adam was your typical average American male, just under 6 feet tall with brown hair and brown eyes. He was in good enough shape to do his construction job, but not enough to attract a wife. Through the chaotic times, the rules of love and dating changed almost on a daily basis. What was considered innocent flirtation one week was a punishable offense the next by law. It made it virtually impossible for men like Adam to one day have a family. So he gave up on it and concentrated on lifting himself up through the chaos. Then it happened. The chaos was defeated. But for Adam, the damage was done. He had no interest in sharing his life with anybody, but there was one thing that bothered him. Well, several things, but it boiled down to this fact. There were several others who aren't making it through the chaos. Families who are being left behind because their situation prevents them from moving up. This bothered Adam greatly. Adam truly felt that family was sacred and those who had them should be helped. So even though Adam didn't have a family, and probably never will, he vowed to do what he could to help. Adam couldn't help them financially, but he noticed that he could help them what he could help them with. Families were being bullied by gangs of youths who were clinging to the chaotic ways. They claimed victimhood and take it out on people who couldn't help themselves. These confrontations usually escalated to violence. Adam couldn't let that go. It made him furious to see it. One of these gangs targeted a good friend of Adam's. It was his friend Zeke, who had a wife and 3 kids. Adam knew his family well and even shared a meal with them from time to time. His friend Zeke works at the same construction site as he does. One day, Zeke showed up to work with bruises all over his face. He told Adam about the gang of teens who showed up at his home. They broke several windows and graffitied the outside of his home with the vilest slogans imaginable. When Zeke confronted them, they beat him with bats while they punched and kicked him. They made an outlandish claim that Zeke's home should rightfully belong to them because Zeke hurt their feelings by the way he and his family lives. They claimed a two-parent household is offensive to them because they all only had one parent at home or none at all. They said they will be back to claim his home and evict Zeke and his family to the streets, all the while claiming they deserve it. Adam resolved to stop this at any cost, but how to do it? Adam thought long and hard about it. Then it came to Adam. He would do what his favorite heroes did in the comics that he read. Now, of course, he had to make sure that he wouldn't be instantly killed. So he began searching his house for what he could use to protect Zeke and his family while driving off the teen gang trying to steal his home. So he found a baseball bat, a hockey stick, and a wooden practice sword. Good. Now what to put them in? Looking for some, Adam found an old small golf club bag. It was just big enough to hold all 3. Next, he found black sweatpants, black long-sleeved shirt, and black ski mask that covered his whole face. So Adam put all this together and left for Zeke's house. When he got there, the teens were already pounding on Zeke's front door. The noise was disturbing what should be a calm autumn evening. The air was cool and crisp. It would have been a perfect night to sit outside and relax with a warm beverage, but the teens pounding on his door brought much chaos to the evening and kept Zeke's neighbors hiding in their homes, all of them fearing they could be next. The teens were the perfect example of the chaos that reigned not too long ago. They all had multicolored hair, several piercings, and swear words tattooed on several parts of their bodies. Get out of here. This house rightfully belongs to us. We deserve it more. There were 2 more teens and 2 male teens and 1 female, and all of them were starting to swing their bats and break what was left of Zeke's windows. One of the males tried to climb in. That's when Adam acted. Adam rushed the other male and swung his bat at the teen's head. The element of surprise helped Adam knock out the teen. The female turned and started to rush at Adam. When Adam swung his bat at her, she swung her own and knocked Adam's bat away. Adam quickly took out the wooden sword. He parried another swing from the female and struck her in the ribs first, then the head, knocking her out. By now the male who was trying to force his way into Zeke's house noticed what was going on behind him. He then rushed at Adam, screaming at him. Adam supposed he was trying to scare him, but Adam stood his ground, wooden sword in one hand and hockey stick in the other. Adam used the hockey stick to hit the teen in the groin, making him double over in pain, and the wooden sword knocking him out. All 3 were down and out. Call the police. I'll stay until they arrive in case these 3 wake up. But they didn't. They stayed out even while the police were loading them into the patrol cars. When the police arrived, they regarded Adam with caution while they dealt with the unconscious teens. The police weren't used to someone helping them, much less a masked man helping them. We'll read them their rights when they wake up, the police looked at Zeke. Will you come to the station to press charges? Absolutely, yes. Zeke looked at Adam knowing who he is. Not knowing who he is, sorry. Thank you for whoever you are. We want to question you too, we want to question you too, masked man. But Adam slipped away. He was exhausted from the fight. He was breathing heavily and ached from head to toe. He always felt he was in good shape for a man his age. After tonight, he realized his physical stature would have to improve dramatically. Damn, I'm going to have to get into better shape if I'm going to keep doing this. To Adam's surprise, he really did want to keep doing this. He also thought to get some kind of padding to protect his body, but he needed a name, so he thought of one on the spot. I'll call myself Citizen, since it's the citizens of this neighborhood I'll be protecting. What better name to choose since I'm one of them too. Chapter 10. Heroics. For 3 weeks, Adam had been helping random families these teenagers were attacking. He helped them. He had helped his friend Zeke, but the courts used a minor technicality to drop all charges against them. Once they were out, Adam followed them and saw that the 3 he fought were just a small portion of the entire gang, a very small portion. There were hundreds of them gathered in an abandoned parking lot, and they all used the same excuses to bully the people of this city to get what they wanted. All of them were claiming to be victims of the system, and that they were totally justified in what they did because society owed them. Anyone who disagreed with them was attacked verbally at first, but it always escalated to violence. Adam knew he had a lot of work to do. I've got to figure out how to keep the courts from releasing these criminals. So as Adam was out at night, rain or shine, as citizen, protecting whomever he could. By day, he was trying to get in better shape so he could continue to do it. He had a daily weightlifting routine that helped to increase his strength. He also signed up for various self-defense classes. Martial arts is one he found the most rewarding. He was also learning wrestling, mostly to learn what holds would be best to use to subdue anyone he was fighting. So one evening, out on patrol, Adam found a pair of these teens following a family out on the street. Adam watched to make sure the teens were going to attack them. It didn't take long for that to happen. The teens were following a couple in their mid-30s who had 2 young children with them, both preteen. The threats were subtle, but didn't take long to escalate. Give me all your money. It belongs to me. No, I work hard to support my family. What I make is mine, not yours. It's mine by right. I don't care how you got it. It's mine. Give it to me. The husband stepped in front of his wife and kids to protect them as he saw the teen pulling out a knife. The teen swung the blade and slashed the husband on the arm. Give me the money now, or I'll put this blade in your heart and then your wife's heart and then your kids' hearts. That's when Adam acted. Adam jumped out at the teens, first swinging his bat at the one who kept silent. Adam connected with the teen's head and knocked him out. Adam then brought his attention to the teen who had the knife and made the threats. Adam decided it was time to try out the hand-to-hand techniques he had learned. The teen swung his blade at Adam, but Adam evaded it easily. The teen tried again. This time Adam blocked it and landed a hard blow to the teen's jaw. The teen went down looking woozy, so Adam finished him off with another punch to the head. Both the teens were out cold. Adam turned to the family to see if they were okay. Citizen, that's what you're called, right? We appreciate what you just did. Believe me, we do, but the law won't hold them. The courts will look at for any reason not to prosecute them. It's what's been happening with everyone that you have helped. Adam pulled something out of his clothes. The husband could clearly see it was a body camera. Adam pulled out the memory card and handed it to the husband. Give this to either the police or your lawyer. I turned it on as soon as I saw these two following you. It'll have everything they did as digital proof. I have seen that the courts are dropping the ball when it comes to punishing the guilty, so I figured some evidence was in order. Don't worry, I can get more memory cards. You don't need to get this back to me. Eyes tearing up, the husband embraced Adam. Thank you, citizen. It's been so hard to protect my family from these fanatics. To Adam's surprise, the wife and 2 kids embraced him too, all thanking him for saving them. When the group hug ended, Adam said to the couple, "Call the police. I'll stay long enough that I know these 2 won't wake up and attack before they show up." When Adam heard the sirens, he said his goodbyes to the family and left. Adam felt great. He made his way home. He not only helped a family of 4, but he also gave them evidence to put their attackers behind bars and hopefully keep them there. So even when Adam entered his empty and lonely home, he was still feeling good. Adam decided he should do a little shopping to see what else he could use to continue his self-appointed night job. First, he ordered more memory cards for his body camera. That was the best money I ever spent so far on this, he thought. But then he had another thought and started a search. Didn't take long to find it. Personal body armor. It was similar to what the police and military use. It was made from Kevlar, so it was bulletproof but also thick enough so blades wouldn't cut it easily. He would have to use trial and error to see if it would be too much in the warm weather and enough in the cold. So in the cart it went, after consulting the sizing chart. Next day shipping. Sweet. So the next day, when Adam got home from work, there it was on his doorstep. He tried it on right away and found the fit to be just right for his build. It was still warm out, still early autumn, and it didn't feel as though he would sweat too much in it. I guess tonight will be the test for that. So Adam attached all his gear. He put the bat and wooden sword in a small golf bag and slung it over his shoulder and head. He made sure the body camera had a fresh memory card in it. Before he left, he took a brief moment to see the latest news story. His strategy had worked. The teens who attacked the family last night were convicted on counts of assault and battery as well as attempted murder. Son of a bitch, it worked. Let's see who I can help tonight. Chapter 11. Repercussions. Adam's nightly activities were becoming more frequent. It was becoming a rare occasion that he didn't go out as citizen to help people in need, but there was a cost to his efforts. His loneliness was becoming more of an issue. Adam was noticing his normal life brought only depression, while his life as citizen was the only thing bringing him joy. Every night when he returned home, he lamented about the emptiness of his home, how there was no one to welcome, no one to welcome him, no one to care for him, no one to help ease the pain he felt in his body. He also noticed he was constantly exhausted. He was feeling his age, and it was taking a toll. "I ain't no young pup" is becoming a frequent thought for him now. In his younger years, he was in shape and very fit. Not much changed as he got older, and a lack of companionship kept him physically active. But eventually, age catches up with you, and Adam is feeling that now. "What am I doing?" he asked himself many times. "I feel like a lonely old man trying to stay relevant in life. What was I thinking? Why am I doing all this? I didn't think this through enough. Sure, I got the equipment I need to fight these gangs of teens who are terrorizing people, but am I physically fit enough to keep doing this? How long can I keep doing this?" Adam was full of doubts, and the exhaustion didn't help matters. Every few nights he had to take a break and just sleep from the moment he got home from work until he had to get back up to go back to work the next day. The pace of his nightlife was taking its toll. "I have no one here, no wife, no girlfriend, nobody. Am I to give up any chance of that?" Adam remembers his difficulties of finding companionship, but still argues with himself whether he should still have that life. "I gave up on all that. Was that the right decision? Was I too hasty? I see so many people who have found someone. Why not me? If I keep doing this, if I keep my life as citizen, I don't see myself ever meeting anyone to share my life with. Am I ready to accept that fate? To give up on that completely?" Adam's turmoil kept going and unfortunately kept him up all night. When the morning light rose, he was more tired than he had ever felt before. Physically and mentally drained, he collapsed on his bed. "Thank God I'm off today," was the last thought he had before falling into a very deep sleep. Adam's dream was flashes of all the failed attempts at finding love. One by one, he saw the moment each relationship ended, when they all started to blur together, and what emerged was an image of a woman who seemed to have a feature from each of those women. "Adam, you need to stop doing this to yourself. Stop the self-torture. Just give in to your feelings and let nature take its course. Who are you? It matters not who I am, who we are. You need to listen to me, to us. Why help these people? Help yourself." "But I'm doing good out there, helping those who can't help themselves. But at what cost? How long can you keep this up? Just give in. Just stop. Wait, I know what you are. You're all my doubts, my exhausted mind put together, all those women who discarded me into one mismatched nightmare. I reject you and all you represent. I'll never give up. But your loneliness, your pain, don't you deserve happiness? You should have chosen a different way to represent yourself. All those women didn't care about my loneliness, my pain, or even my well-being. They only cared about what they can get from me before they discarded me. What you're trying to do right now, it's disgusting. Trying to play on my regrets, my need for companionship to get me to give up helping others. Get lost. Get out of my head and stay out. I reject you and all you stand for. I reject all you represent. Leave and don't come back." The mismatched woman looked at Adam with scorn and disdain. She then started to fade. As she was fading away, she said, "I'll leave, but I'll be back." Adam woke up mid-afternoon feeling a little refreshed, but not totally, unfortunately. But he was rested enough to make himself a meal and reflect on this dream. It was still vivid in his mind, and it wasn't fading away like most dreams do. "I wonder what that means," he thought. Adam thought more on the woman in his dream, how there were features of all the women he failed to have a relationship with, how she spoke to him and tried to get him to quit being citizen. Seemed all too real, and he started to speculate on the meaning of it. What was that all about? Was it my anxieties playing out in my mind, or was it something else? It felt so real, like I was being contacted by something. Maybe it was just a dream. Maybe I'll have to live through this sometime later. I have to think through this sometime later. There are people who need help. Adam was still feeling doubts that evening as he prepared to go out as citizen, but that dream left him with a renewed sense of purpose. He couldn't explain it, but he knew he needed to keep being citizen. So he once again went out into the night looking for trouble. For better or worse, I am citizen, and I have a job to do. Chapter 12. Revelations. It had been over a week since Adam had the dream, and it was still vivid in his mind. He still was going out as citizen most nights, and was feeling increasingly sure that it was the right thing to do. He liked helping people a lot more than he thought he would, and the more he did it, the more he felt at peace with his decision. The gang of teens he had been up against had upped the intensity of their attacks. They're still going after families. That seems to be the main choice of victim. But now they're hitting multiple families at once. I need to see where these teens are coming from, he thought. His skills at surveillance have been steadily improving with each night he goes out. He has gotten to the point that he can follow almost anyone without being detected. So one night he followed one group of teens. It took all the willpower he had not to intervene as they harassed some shop owners, but since they didn't escalate to a dangerous level, he stayed in the shadows. He eventually followed them to what looked like a warehouse. This was in a remote area of the city that was full of warehouses, several of them. He made his way to the roof of one of the teens. He made his way to the roof of the one the teens entered and found a skylight he could see through. The skylight had some of the windows broken so he could hear them too. As he looked in on them, he could see hundreds of teens. All of them were dancing to some chaotic electric-based music. Techno, he thought it was. I hope I didn't waste my time following these kids to a rave, he thought. Better to stay put and wait this out, just in case. While waiting, Adam took in his surroundings. He looked around and looked for landmarks so he could not only remember this place but be able to easily report it to police if needed. The sounds were a bit disorienting at times. Mostly he heard the sounds connected to the surrounding docks and piers. He also heard something else. Is that an aircraft I'm hearing? I can hear it, but I can't see it. Then a rush of air almost knocked Adam through the skylight. He recovered his bearings and steadied himself. Damn, what the hell was that, he thought. It felt like something passing right over my head. The force of air nearly killed me. I'll have to investigate that one day. Adam returned his attention to the teens below, and just in time. The music was dying down and someone was standing before them and addressing them. It was a man who looked much older than the teens. He was dressed in a business suit and looked well-groomed. He had slicked-back hair and was smoking an expensive-looking cigar. His mannerisms clearly showed he commanded the room. Most of the teens looked towards him with fear. The rest didn't look at him at all. Okay, everyone, quiet down. It's time to get down to business. I see our, shall we say, activities have been suffering as of late. Anyone want to tell me why? Anyone? The teens all looked down, not wanting to make eye contact with this man. They're afraid of him. What the hell is going on, thought Adam. No one wants to answer? The man motioned one of his associates who was standing behind him. That associate grabbed one of the teens and forcibly brought him to the man. The man took out a gun, held it to the head of the teen. Now does anybody want to answer? One of the teens stepped forward. It's because of Citizen. He keeps stopping us. Citizen? What kind of stupid name is that? Who the hell is that? We don't know. He's some guy dressed all in black. Even has some body armor. He keeps attacking us when we try to push out our marks. He somehow recorded us, so the cops have to put us away. Holy crap, thinks Adam. Now I know who that guy is. I recognize him from the news. He's Don Marco Suarez. These kids are working for the mob. So this guy thinks he can stop our little endeavor here. Thinks he can stop you all. Are you going to let him? Remember, I took you all in. I gave you all purpose. I took you as you are and encouraged you to embrace your nature. Kill the citizen and string him up so the next so-called do-gooder knows how we deal with anybody who tries to stop us. All the teens, even the one who had the gun to his head, cheered the words of Don Marco. Meanwhile, Adam was calling the authorities to report the situation at the warehouse. Even if they get away, at least they'll be scattered for a while. Adam watched as the police arrived and everyone began to scatter. Only those slow enough to catch were caught. Most of them got away, including Don Marco and his henchmen. This is getting more interesting. I need to be more careful now with the mob involved. I can't let them find out who I am. Adam made his way to the streets and started to make his way home out of the area. As he was leaving, he passed by one particular warehouse that interested him. This is the warehouse that seems to be from the direction of that aircraft. I could hear but couldn't see. Adam took a mental note on that and started home. As Adam returned home, he kept thinking about what he witnessed this night and about his dream. I can't stop now even if I wanted to. These families will need my protection more than ever. I just wish there were others out there like me. Okay, so there's the first 4 chapters of part 2, which is Citizen. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope the introduction of this character was to your liking. I really thought long and hard before I created this character. I did, I did think about what I wanted him to be, how I wanted him to be like, whether I wanted him to have powers or no powers, which of course, as you can hear, I chose no powers. I also wanted to tie in cyber soldiers to them, so that the warehouses, the aircraft that he could hear but couldn't see. Sound familiar? Doesn't it sound like Esther? Yes, it does, because it was. And yeah, so like I said, this is all going to tie in together. It's all going to come to a nice conclusion when I'm done, but that's for another day. All right, so anyway, I do hope you enjoyed this part of the story. Please like, subscribe, and share. Just so for all of you out there who have been subscribing, thank you very much for your support. I'm at 79 currently, trying to make it to 100, and I don't know. I'm thinking of what I can do special for the once I reach 100 subscribers. So I mean, it might take a while, so I do have some time to think about it. But I want to do something special. Not sure what it's going to be yet. Also, please go to Tabletop Jones Productions and do the same there. Like, subscribe, and share. So John and I can do live streaming with the games. We don't know how to do it, but we want to learn. And also, you're going to see this in the description. You can check out my author page on Amazon. You can also join up on the Discord for hobbies. I'm going to have that link in the description, and also check out my Patreon. I mean, a lot of these videos are going to be there as free content, but I do make, once I start getting some membership, I have some exclusive content there now, but once I start getting some members, I will start making more. All right. So anyway, again, thank you very much. Hope you enjoyed this part of the story. Hope you have a great day. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you again.